All right, everybody, as promised, we are here to do our first live ASB debate with our two presidential candidates. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I'm Isaiah Ellis, and I'm an 8th grader going for president.
My name is Abraham Escalante, and I'm also going for president.
I'm glad you guys are here. We're super excited to learn a little more about your views and how you think you're going to help our school out if you are voted in as president. Tomorrow's our big election. Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Little nervous?
A little bit.
Little bit. Well, you guys are both awesome servants in our ASB class. So let's start with our first question.
Our first question is, are you a leader who does the right thing? Me, I think I'm a leader. My family says I'm a leader. I play point guard, so that's technically the leader of the basketball team in the court.
Nice.
I think I'm also a leader because I also have experience with ASB also. Not just that, a lot of people look up to me. They also, if anything happens, for example, like they had questions from me or anything like that, then yeah, I'll always answer that. Yeah.
Those are both strong points. I know you both are leaders. It's going to be a tough race. All right, let's hit up with question number 2.
Question number 2, what do you think needs to change in this school? Me personally, I think campus trash, that's a big part, because like when you first see the school, that's like mostly things you see is the trash. And if you look outside right now, there's some benches that are tilted back, so if we could like get into the works to change that, and equipment like basketball rims, basketballs, if we could change that, that would be great.
Awesome. What do you think, Abraham? How would you change the school?
I feel, let's see. Honestly, I feel a couple things that should honestly be changing is that people's attitude and stuff like that. Because every day I'm always hearing that some students hate teachers, stuff like that. Adults also, other kids, I really don't really like about that, honestly. Because including me, I don't really like teachers, students, even some adults, honestly. Some are honestly racist, mean, honestly, even though it's like they don't have a big idea or a huge reason for that. And I feel like that's honestly one thing that has to be changed, because we want our students to be honestly comfortable, be chill, and always excited every morning.
I think you both have really strong points, right? Not only the physical spaces on our campus, but the emotional spaces on campus too. We got to be safe, respected. That's all part of what makes our school better. Great answers. Question number 3.
Question number 3. What are your characteristics in a leader? My characteristics that people tell me and I think is I'm confident, I'm approachable, I'm a good listener, and I'm not afraid to talk about a hard subject, or I'm not afraid to talk into a big audience like I did yesterday.
Nice.
Also what people say to me, think about me. I'm also confident, as Isaiah said. Also, we're both confident. Not just that, people think that I'm also shy a little bit. Sometimes I am, sometimes I'm not, but I'm always approachable. Anything happens, I'm always there. And yeah, that's basically it.
Nice. I had both of you as students last year. I believe both of what you guys are saying. And I like that you mentioned personality differences. You don't have to be outgoing or shy to be a good leader. Both of you guys are definitely leaders in the classroom. All right, number 4.
Question number 4, how are you truly going to make a difference on campus? So I came up with this idea where at the end of like every week, we can have a poll on things student wants to change, negative and positive. Whichever one gets voted the highest, we could put that into the budget and try to make that happen on school.
Like a weekly challenge kind of a thing?
Like weekly.
So like you mentioned trash. So for example, if kids said next week we want to focus on trash, and we did some competitions on campus, then we would spend the money like doing prizes for the students. That's cool. All right, Abraham, how would you make a difference on campus?
Differences, what I would probably do, honestly, is that probably make like new clubs and stuff like that, honestly. Because there's also other students, other people who are thinking that, honestly, they're from last year, they're also trying to get ideas for other clubs and stuff like that. And I feel like the students and people should always have like better options, more chances. And yeah.
I think that's a valid point also. I know that the Lancaster School District motto is options and excellence. So we definitely could use some more options here. I know we got a braiding club last year, Dungeons and Dragons. I know one of our 8th graders last year, shout out to Elijah, he wanted to get a skate club going. So yeah, having options for everyone would definitely make a difference. All right, halfway through our debate, question number 5.
Question number 5: will more pencils and backpacks be provided for those that can't afford it? And I say yes. And like the drive you guys did during the summer, and also I just found out that the foster care. I just found out that they did a post where it was like you could bring all backpacks and luggages because it was for a reason. Like kids don't have nothing to put their clothes in that somebody else said about the foster camp that foster care, when they get like aged out of it, they gave them a trash bag to hold all their stuff. So it would be good if we gave them like backpacks and luggages, anything that we could do to help them.
Okay, I like that. So what I'm hearing is doing more drives to like raise resources for kids who especially might be struggling. Great. What do you think, Abraham? Would you provide more pencils and backpacks for those who can't?
Absolutely. I know a lot of people who are honestly struggling with a lot of things. Honestly, backpacks, pencils, they need highlighters, other stuff like resources and stuff like that. And yeah, I also agree with Isaiah of making more events and stuff like that for other people, because there are other kids that don't have things what other kids have. They're struggling with that. They don't have pencils. They have nothing like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, we should honestly do that.
I like where your heads are at, and you guys know the students better than I do because you're hanging out with them. A lot of kids don't know that we're a community school, so we actually have a big budget to spend to support our students and their families. We've been talking about building a care closet here at New Vista where kids could just come in with their families and they don't have to have money. Like you could just come in and get what you need free of charge. So that's something maybe you guys could be leading. All right, question number 6.
Question number 6: can you make the school more skater friendly? Me personally, I can't change it because like there's rules, but if I could, I would. But I would have to think more about that question.
Yeah. You on the same page or different answer?
I'll go with a different answer. Honestly, I think so. I can. If anything, I can do about it, obviously. Because there's also, as Isaiah said, there's rules and stuff like that. But if there's anything else to support it, I will always support it. I'm not saying that I can't. I'm saying that I don't. And yeah, I'll do anything that I can do, honestly, to support, to get more ideas for it. And yeah.
Yeah, part of our job in ASB is to learn what the rules are, and sometimes we do change the rules or the policies, and we do that by demonstrating leadership, going to the district office, going to board meetings. We do that once a month. So if that's something the students found important, you guys could go speak about that and see what we could do here. Those are good answers. All right, question number 7.
Question number 7: how can you prevent more fights from happening? Honestly, I really don't know, because you can never know when a fight can happen, because you wouldn't know how to prevent it. All that I could say is that to talk to the counselor before anything breaks out, and like Mr. Cowan was saying in the yesterday in the previous story, don't go up and ask them a question.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Could you prevent more fights from happening, Abraham?
I say sometimes yes, sometimes no. Obviously, if I see an argument that's about to lead to a fight, obviously I'll try my best to like get in there to like stop them from that and just talk it out, you know. And also go to the counselors, any adults. That's one thing that I was honestly noticing, that every time when there's a fight, there's always like an adult somewhere around there, but they're not noticing that there's arguments. They're only noticing when there's actually like fights and physical and stuff.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing is like there's always signs before the fight goes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's true. Maybe we have to teach some of the adults on campus, what are those signs? How can you tell playful energy or rambunctious energy versus negative fight energy? Yeah, for sure. We have to take accountability for our own actions in a fight, but maybe kids don't know that we have things like stay away contracts, and maybe in ASB we can promote those things more. All right, question number 8. This is a good question.
Question number 8: how can you make the school more enjoyable? So as I was saying, the positive polls, that could be like, oh, I came up with a new idea, let's put that in the poll. And I was thinking of more like a few more dances and like fundraisers for the school. That could be something fun, and like more clubs, like he was saying.
Yeah. How about you, Abraham? How would you make school more enjoyable?
I say more activities, a lot more events that kids and other people, not just the kids, also like parents and adults, that they can do honestly to get in, and more dances, just like Isaiah said. Yeah, because I realized that a lot of people liked it. There's also problems with that too, but honestly, there's not that much.
Yeah.
And also, I think maybe that's a tough one though.
It is. People want different things at school. Yeah. Sometimes people running for president make fake promises like, oh, I'll get Taco Bell for lunch every day. I'm going to get pizza for lunch. And like, that's not realistic. But I know what we can deliver on is events. And like you mentioned, community events with our families. We have made those happen last year. We can do more of those, especially with the money we have in ASB. Definitely trying to do more field trips. We're in charge of approving all that. So you guys would have a hand in that. All right, lots of good ideas. And of course, like you guys were saying, we'll listen to the students. If the students want it, we're representing them. We're not representing ourselves. So if you guys speak up to our future president and our future vice president and ASB representatives, we're able to put some plans in the works.
Oh yeah, about that too. If anyone has any idea about anything, you can always talk to Ms. David, to us ASB representative, because the more that you gave us ideas, the more that we can give to the ASB representatives, everyone else.
Yeah, that's true. Last year's 8th grade carnival was a student idea, not me. Love it. And also the haunted house, that was a student idea. Cool. All right, last question. This is a tough one.
Final question. What can you do about smoking problems at our school? So last year was it was very big on smoking because a lot of people had vapes and stuff, but with the metal detectors, that can stop a few, but depending on which one you get, I know this personally. I didn't used to smoke, but I know a thing or two that depending on what you get, there's different materials made. You can get a vape that's plastic, you can get a vape that's metal, and that's why we have the metal detectors. But you wouldn't really know unless they tell you that they have a vape on them. But all I can say is that we could just keep enforcing the rules on smoking.
Sure. Abraham, what do you think about smoking at our school?
I think I'm noticing also that people leaves their vapes behind the fences so they can leave it there and grab it after. I've been realizing that. Or they just throw it and go right there, and they just pick it up after. That's what I was also noticing. And also, I'll try my best to, honestly, if I see someone vaping, smoking, I would just go up to them and say that's a bad idea. Because that's not really a good choice. If you're honestly struggling on something, that thing is just going to basically make your life even worse. You'll have more stress.
Yeah. I think you guys both bring up really valid points. You brought up the materials, Isaiah, and I know I've seen things online that they're even making vape pens look like highlighters and pens. They're disguising them so kids can hide them easier. So we definitely have to address the way they get into our school and keeping them off our campus. And like you said, Abraham, it's also an emotional issue. Kids who are smoking aren't smoking because they're trying to be bad. They're trying to cope with tough things. And maybe when we build more community on our school and have more positive events and supports, kids won't want to do those things anymore. And they'll feel like someone's there to listen to them, which is what ASB is here for, right? We're here to be a friend to everyone. Any final words before we tune out of this debate?
Yeah, I have one. When I said what I think could change about the school or something that can make the school more enjoyable, it's mostly related to question number 5. We could do during the summer or weekends, we could pass out lunches. I remember Cole did that one time and pass out free lunches to
feeding our community.
Yeah, they could come drive up and we could hand them a big bag full of snacks or food.
Yeah,
and give it to them.
That's possible. We definitely do that at the district. We could also make ourselves a host site. Definitely an idea. Any final words for you, Abraham?
I just also want to say that the election is not to become enemies or nothing like that with someone else. I've been seeing a couple friends of mine also, like, sometimes even like talking smack with Isaiah's friends. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to say that we're both friends. Obviously, we're both friends. We've been knowing since 6th grade.
Nice.
And yeah,
I think it's a friendly competition. It's a really hard competition. I'm super glad I don't have to vote because I don't think I could choose, honestly. You guys are both amazing, qualified people, and I'm so thankful you're both representatives no matter what. It's going to be a tough race. I appreciate you guys both coming to the table. I think it says a lot about your character that you're willing to sit down at the same table, talk about the same topics. I think you're more mature than the actual people running for American president. They just talk trash about one another and make terrible commercials, and you guys have run a really clean campaign, so I want to commend both of you. So to our viewers, good luck at the polls. May you choose someone that you trust the school with and trust to represent you, but no matter what, I think both these gentlemen are doing an amazing job. You want to shake on it and say bye? All right.